Oh man, grab your matcha latte and pull up a chair because the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity episode 13 is the kind of finale that leaves you staring at the credits like, wait, is my heart still in there? We're talking peak summer festival vibes, lanterns glowing like fireflies on steroids, the air thick with the sizzle of yakitori and the distant thump of teku drums but dialed up to 11 with the emotional payload of a rom-com nuke. If the first 12 episodes were the slow simmer of two worlds colliding, think Chidori's rough around the edges delinquents brushing up against Kikyo's polished poise, this one's the boil over, the confession we've been white-knuckling towards since Rintaro first scared off the cake customer with his resting murder face. Let's rewind the tape just a smidge for context, because this ep doesn't drop you in cold. It's got the seamless handoff from episode 12's beach shenanigans, where the whole squad Rintaro's loyal Chidori crew, the ever-grinning Shohei Izumi, the hot-headed Sokinetsu Soa, and the chill Ayato Rorita, plus Kaoruko's Kikyo posse, the fiercely protected Subaru Hoshina and her gaggle of gal pals like Madoka and Ayumi finally buried this school rivalry hatchet over volatile and awkward group hands. But episode 13... it's all about the Masters, Rintaro, Tsumiki and Kaoruko Wagiri in a bottle episode of bottled-up longing that explodes under the festival lights. Picture this, Rintaro, a soft-hearted bakery boy with a skull that could cuddle milk, is pacing like a caged tiger outside the festival gates. He's traded his usual hoodie for a yukata that actually fits his broad shoulders, props to his mom Kayoko for the glow-up, and his palms are sweatier than a first day at Chidori. Why the nerves? Flashback City, right after the group's beach vowed to keep crossing those invisible school borders, Rintaro mustered the guts to call Kaoruko. Hey, about that whole, spilling my soul back there, he stammers, paraphrasing his chapter 35 word vomit, where he basically admitted she's the warmth in his otherwise frosty world. Did I freak you out? Can we talk? Like asterisk no asterisk. Kaoruko, ever the inflappable flower with that signature bob haircut framing her wide, curious eyes, doesn't miss a beat festival. Tonight. Yukata optional, but recommended. Boom day set, stakes sky high. Hot to present, Kaoruko strolls up, and damn asterisk if CloverWorks doesn't make her entrance feel like a slow-mo cherry blossom drift. Her yukata is a soft blue cascade of fabric, patterned with subtle waves that scream elegant but approachable, and she's fiddling with her oboe like she's second-guessing if it's too much. Rintaro's brain short-circuits, she looks like she stepped out of one of those old Kikyo e-prints, but real and right here. They lock eyes, exchange that awkward tie that's loaded with a year's worth of stolen glances across dividing walls, and dive headfirst into festival chaos. Stalls everywhere, goldfish scooping their turns into a comedy of errors. Rintaro's scoop breaks on the first try, Kaoruko nails it with surgical precision and hands him the bag like a trophy, takoyaki that burns their tongues just enough to spark laughter, and ring toss where Rintaro's competitive streak peaks that he wins her a tiny fox plush, muttering, don't read into it or anything. But here's where the vibe shifts from cotton candy fluff to gut punch poetry. They snag a quiet bench away from the crowds, the kind overlooking a river where fireworks are about to pop off. Rintaro's rehearsed speech crumbles like overworked dough. I was cool with just making you smile, he confesses, voice low and raw, watching you light up over stupid cakes or study sessions. But thinking about this ending? When school's out, when we drift, it hollows me out. He blurts it, I like you, Kaoruko. Like, asterisk, want to keep this going, asterisk, like you. The air hangs heavy, fireworks cracking overhead like the universe's applause or judgment, and for a split second, you asterisk feel asterisk that Chidori Kikyo chasm yawning wide. Selfish? Unequal? What if Subaru's warnings were right? Enter Kaoruko's counterpunch, and who boy, it's a masterpiece. She doesn't just accept, she asterisk rewrites asterisk their origin story. Flashback within a flashback, it's winter, pre-series, a grey day when life's kicked her down hard. Vague trauma nods to her family's pressures, but we don't pry. She wanders into Tsumigi patisserie, not for sweets, but shelter from the cold. One bite of their signature cake, and bam, tears streaming, because it's the first warmth she's felt in ages. And who's there? Rintaro, all awkward teen grace, handing her a napkin without a word, his scary face softening into something safe. You saved me the day, she says now, eyes shining brighter than the lanterns. Not with words or grand gestures, just by being asterisk you asterisk. Schools. Rivalries. PFFD, that's noise. I want to learn every weird, wonderful bit of you, Rintaro. I like you too. A lot. Cue the mutual let's stay seal, fireworks exploding in sync like the Mangoku Sokumakami planned it from the heavens. They share a laugh, a brush of hands, and fade out on that bench as the festival roars on, hopeful, hazy, utterly alive. The vibe? Electric nostalgia wrapped in summer sweat and sparkles. It's intimate yet epic, like your first crush confession under streetlights, but with zero cheese. He plays shine, Rintaro's growth from isolated grump to vulnerable king, Kaoruko's quiet strength turning the power dynamic on its head, and echoes of the ensemble Subaru's shadow of protectiveness, the boys' bro energy reminding us this isn't solo, it's a bridge built by a whole messy crew. By the end, you're fist pumping and misty-eyed, because damn if romance isn't about showing up, scars and all. Alright, let's geek out on the visuals, because CloverWorks didn't just animate asterisk Kyo Hana War into Soku asterisk, they asterisk infused asterisk it with that signature polish that makes you forget you're watching Saz and Code. Episode 13. It's a love letter to summer nights, rendered in a palette that's all warm indigos and flickering golds, like if Studio Ghibli crashed a fireworks party with asterisk your lie in April asterisk S emotional brushstrokes. The yukatas. Obsessed level detail, Kaoruko's fabric ripples with every breeze, subtle thread patterns catching the light evoke ocean waves nodding to her name's fragrant flower motif, while Rintaro's dark and navy number creases just right over his tense shoulders, selling the inner turmoil without a line of dialogue. Backgrounds pop to the festival's 11 beasts, stalls teeming with extras whose faces flicker with joy or boredom, lanterns casting long shadows that dance like unspoken secrets. And those fireworks? Not just booms on screen, they're symphonies of color, petals of red and blue blooming in hyperfluid motion, syncing perfectly with the confession beats for that heart swoop immersion. Character designs hold steady from the source Sokumekomi's manga lines translated flawlessly, with Rintaro's sharp jaw and perpetually furrowed brow softening in key frames that bench scene. His eyes go from stormy to starry in one pan, pure directorial magic. Kaoruko's expressiveness steals the show. Her smiles aren't manic pixie, they are layered, crinkling with genuine ache during the flashback, her tears from that winter cake moment rendered with crystalline clarity, each droplet catching lamplight like her promise. Voice acting pairs like butter on hot toast. Rintaro's Sayu nails the grovelly vulnerability, turning I like you into a gut whisper, while Kaoruko's delivery layers sweetness with steel, her I want to learn more about you landing like a gentle uppercut. Now the gentle nudge, because no pastry's perfect without the tweak to the recipe. Pacing in EP13 feels a tad rush in the stall montage, those goldfish antics sit by in a montage blur, sacrificing some of the manga's breathy pauses for that we're wrapping this arc urgency. It's like they crammed chapters 37 minutes 40 into 22 minutes and lost a beat or two of this delicious awkward silence as Rintaro's pre-confession fidgeting could have used an extra 30 seconds to marinate. Animation dips ever so slightly in crowd scenes, the extras blend into vibrant haze, but finer details like a vendor's colour sans flipping skews get lost in the shuffle, making the world feel asterisk alive asterisk but not always asterisk tactile asterisk. Still, it's nitpicks on the canvas that's otherwise gallery-worthy CloverWorks at their blooming best, turning quiet manga panels into feastfully eyes. If this is the bar, sign me up for seconds. Phew, what a ride asterisk the Fragrant Flower Blooms with dignity asterisk isn't just an anime, it's that rare gem that sneaks into your chest and rearranges the furniture. Episode 13 caps the series for now on a high that's equal parts triumphant and teasing, leaving me equal parts obsessed and antsy. Obsessed with? The romance, that glacial build from cake shop stranger danger to festival soul-bearing feels earned, not engineered. Rintaro and Kaoruko aren't opposites attract tropes, they're mirrors of quiet resilience, him thawing his isolation through her unjudging gaze, her finding safety in his unspoken steadiness. The ensemble's the secret sauce to Subaru's Tsune edge, the Chidori boys' chaotic loyalty, they turn the two-hander into a chorus of hey, connections messy, but worth it. And the themes? School divides as metaphors for self-doubt, warmth is rebellion, it's smart without preaching, sweet without cavities. What gnaws at me honest like? The rivalry is underexplored, we get hints of Chidori Kikyo beef, but EP13 could have leaned harder into full-out teasers for the group date that asterisk must asterisk follow. It's kind, not a flaw, just a hunger for more layers in that powder cake. Overall feels like sinking into some warm futon after a long day, comforting, invigorating, with that lingering what if glue. And crossing every digit for season 2 dive into the holidays manga's got Christmas arcs that scream cozy chaos, flesh out side stories like Subaru's unspoken crush with the parents meddling. Sokumekomi is still dropping chapters weekly, so the flowers got petals aplenty. If you're not caught up, drop everything. The series blooms with the kind of dignity that makes you believe in second chances. What's your take? Spill over virtual coffee, I'm already replaying that confession on loop.